Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with day 2 of the Off the Board with Pineapple Papers. And today is also Challenge Accepted Thursday. So I'm combining the two. Shannon and I are both, we've selected this pen. This is a Mercy Tiara pen on Pinterest that Shannon chose for us to do today, and I absolutely love it. There's this big circle with mixed media on it, a lot of stamping and kind of fun wordplay. The journaling around the circle, doodled lines around the circle. There's some stitching in here. You won't see that on mine, but I may do some fake stitching around one of the papers that I'm going to use behind the photo. I'm going to use a photo of the girls, Katie and Ava, in front of the giant flip-flop in the Margaritaville Resort in Orlando, where we were just this past week. And I'm going to use a variety of colors, but what I've chosen to start my background is this pre-done mixed media background by Vicki Boutin. And it's primarily this citron green. There's a little bit of white showing, and it's kind of done in stripes. I'm going to test the theory that Distress Oxide inks are opaque or semi-opaque, so that the green maybe wouldn't show through if I did some pink on it. Have never done that before. This paper, I know that the paper that Vicki Boutin, mixed media paper that these backgrounds are printed on, really accepts stamping well, and I'm assuming it will accept this Distress Oxide ink, and that it will allow the opaque part, the powdery part, to settle, kind of up at the top, to rise up at the top. So we'll test that. If it's a mess, I have enough stuff to cover things up with. It won't be a mess that shows too much. First of all, I'm going to use most of the mixed media the warmer colors, in other words, the ones that might make a muddy mess if this were wet green ink underneath it. And I'll leave this part up here for doing the cooler colors. This is where I might do the blue, and I know the blue won't be bad. I have a whole slew of stencils here, including this one that I've never used before. It is by Moments, and it's a stencil that's meant to be used on furniture and lampshades and things like that. I bought it in the home decor department at maybe Home Depot. It was $1 something, but it has a little group of palm trees here, and I'm not going to do these in a color. I'm actually going to do them with some clear gesso as a resist, and I'm going to maybe do some color around them. So that's the first thing I'm going to do right now, and I'm just going to put it on very, very lightly with a paintbrush. Because I'm expecting it to be clear, I'm okay with any kind of maybe sneaking in, if any of it sneaks under the stencil and gives me not a perfectly sharp line. That's fine with me. I'm even going to do that. And I'm also, that kind of, I don't know if you can see, but I like the way that's looking. So let me put that aside. And I'm also going to use this sheet music stencil to do something similar, just to get a kind of musical look, because it's all about Jimmy Buffett and Margaritaville, the song, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to kind of do this about it. I don't expect it to be particularly clear or for it to stand out, but it's more than anything kind of giving it some texture and some variety. Okay, so that's done. Put that aside, and I'm going to put this back, put this out of the way to dry, and maybe clean these stencils a little bit here before putting them aside. This is not something, this clear gesso isn't something that's going to hurt them. In fact, it may add to the stability of them. But if there's any caught in the holes, I really want to get that up. And then I'll clean it from my glass here. And now we're going to work on the dry parts. I'm going to assemble the photo cluster. The photo's going to go here. I thought this would be the background that the photo cluster kind of hangs off of. So I'm going to kind of start it like that. And let me, just for size, check that out on here. That's perfect. If I don't go too far over this, then I'm within the circle. And I thought I wanted to do this, some of the birds back to kind of make it look like I'm using a bigger I want that. Let me make sure that that's at the proper angle. I want it at a right angle to this, so I'm going to line that up and then make sure this lines up there. Okay, and that's okay. I have a tendency when I put something off at an angle, I'll maybe line this up a little bit that way, and that's not what I intend. Okay, do the same thing here. Kind of get this lined up there. Make sure this lines up along the same line as that. Okay, now I will reinforce that. Okay, and I'm going to put some more foam behind it, behind the whole thing here. Okay, now I'm going to assemble the rest. I thought I would let this tag be my title. In a way, travel is my therapy. We did traveling in the, to one of the fastest growing, the state with one of the fastest growing outbreaks. Maybe not the wisest thing to do, but we we were extremely careful, and the girls aren't wearing masks here, but they were just before the photo was taken. They're holding them. The masks were as present as the phones. Okay, let me kind of stick that right there. These are a different color of flip-flops. And I'm going to, I'll mount this actually. In the original, there's a kind of a piece of what looks like rickrack or something weavy there. So I'll use that, but I'll attach it directly there. I'm gonna set those there. Okay. Now, I thought I might want to use this camera, but I think I'll wait and see how it works with the total composition. So I do want to use this, and I am going to kind of scooch it right in there. Okay, this I thought I could sneak in under here, so I'm going to put the adhesive on the front face of it and just attach it to the top of that. I've got the other side of that, and I've got another. I want to do this here to somewhat mimic this. I really like that. And I have cut a sentiment here from a sheet. I do not know where it came from, but it's got all kinds of summary kinds of sentiments. And this one says a sweet taste of summer, and that's kind of what we got. We made the most of, you know, being in a pandemic, and I'm going to put it at an angle just like this photo, and then I'll put there's an image of a pineapple in the original, and because Florida is the orange state, I'm going to use an orange instead of a pineapple. And we'll see. Okay, that's stuck to that. I've also got these lemons and limes, and I may try to find some way to fit them in, but that's not working for me now. Let me, okay, this, does that might work just as another layer there. Let's see if I can get this to stick where I want it. I'll let it come in from that corner, and then I'll see if there's something I can embellish that corner with. I've got a heart here that just looks too big to me. So I think I won't use that. I've got this local favorite I'll decide whether to use that or not. And this camera may be too big. The local favorite might work here, almost. It's kind of a play on the cheeseburger in paradise thing. You're another Buffett. So I'm going to put this at an angle there. I hate cutting things and then not using both segments of them. And this is the bottom of the local favorite tag. I could do my journaling around the outside edge like she did, and maybe actually sneak this in right there. Okay, I'll do that. And you can still read favorite through that. I'm going to put a little bit of foam underneath this guy to give it some dimension, have it stand up a bit from the guest check there. Okay, that works for me. So that's my photo cluster. And let's see. This doesn't look just real dry, but tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the, if you'll notice in the original, there's this stenciled in writing. I have two scripty things. This is a smaller script, this is a larger. I'm going to go with the larger. It's not readable and it's not meant to be, but I think it will give a good look to this. And this will be our first test of whether the pink sits on top of that green or if it gets kind of muddy looking on it. The green is so yellow that it's possible it will just turn the pink a bit orange instead of a full-on muddy brown. So we shall see. I'm thinking it's, and I also feel like maybe there's a chance it will look, okay, I like it. It's perfect. It definitely sat on top. It's exactly how I would want it to look. So, given that, I thought I might see if I could do this word destination just right here on top of this. And it's the photo cluster is going to go there. So maybe I ought to do it a little higher. Maybe right there. And I'm just gonna let it, okay, good. It's very understated and I picked up some of the other letters there. Okay, now, having done that, I'm going to try my other, well, actually, just let me do that. And I'll do the pink. I'm going to kind of swizzle it around a bit and let it pick up some there. And maybe there. And I will use this guy to somewhat, I think I'll leave it. I kind of like that. I may just do some hints of it off of the baby white, kind of up here. I know I said I was going to keep the warmer colors down at the bottom, but I really like how that particular pickup turned out. Okay, so let's do maybe a little bit less of the orange, and I'm going to pick that up kind of right over in here. Let me wipe it across. Okay, that's good, and I'll pick up some more on here and kind of add it in down here. This feels like the type of layout I would do for Mixed Media Frenzy. And let's see, did I think that was, this is the wild honey. This is the spiced marmalade, and I'm going to kind of move that around and see let me get a little bit more on here and see if I can blend it in here. But in the meantime, let's pick up down here. Okay. That blended the yellow in the wild honey with the orange. And there's even some overlap over onto the pink. What I want to do is for all the white to be gone here and replaced by these warm colors. Then I'm going to do cool colors up here, or my one cool color that I'm doing, which is this broken china. My favorite blue. It's probably my most used blue, and if I should have bought any okay, that's picked up. From there, let me get a blue blending sponge on here. Okay, and you can see when I pick it up that the gesso is resisting and making it look textural right around the place where I did the music, the sheet music stenciling with the gesso. Okay, so let me kind of go here. You can see a little bit of that blending with the sheet music as well. Now this, to me, has become something of a mess. So I don't like it. I'm going to spritz it with water and see if I can get it to move around a little more attractively, shall we say. Okay. Seems good. I've got my thread getting in there. Let me now do a bit right in here and see how that works. And I want to use this to kind of sop some of that up. The palm trees are right in here. And I don't know if you can see them there, but the resist is actually working even though it wasn't completely dried. Okay, so I think I'm done messing with this. I'm going to mount it on my white cardstock. And I'm just going to do it flat. I'm not going to raise it up on foam. It's a little damp, and so I'll have to be a little careful when I adhere my photo poster. I also want to have my fingertips a little cleaner than they are now. Okay. And that's mainly to keep the white paper white. Okay, let's center this as best I can. Okay, and I'm going to use just this sheet of cardstock to press it down because I don't want it warping. Let me get those guys off to the side. I'm really happy with that. Okay, so now let's see what we're gonna do. I love that the palm trees show and that the destination is kind of like it's underneath something. This is all, it's smooth, but it looks textural. Okay, so let's pull the photo cluster into place. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna do this, and I'm also gonna do some wet glue because the background is wet. And I will tell you that it actually looks better to me than I expected. Okay, now I'm going to add some black accents. The ultimate black accents are going to be all the stamping. And I want to go ahead and do some of that. In the original, she's got some days of the week, and I thought I would put the days of the week that we were there. I've got this Living the Quarantine Life stamp set, so I'm going to do Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And there's a 2020 as well. And a hashtag stay safe. And that was kind of our mantra there. We were very happy that the restaurants we went to and the hotel itself protect us. We got a private cottage, so we didn't encounter any other guests. Okay, this is, let me see if I can hardly read these things, but it doesn't matter what order I put them in, right? There's Sunday, this is Saturday, and this is Friday, and that's 2020. Is this Monday? This is Monday. Let me make sure they're all facing the right way. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday right there, and I'm going to ink them all at the same time and stamp them all at the same time. I should have maybe done my spacing. So I want them right there. Okay. Okay, that's perfect. It's kind of smeary and smudgy a bit, which is perfectly fine. Where's my little stamp set? I want to be sure and put these back over here. They're so tiny they will get lost. I'll put them on top of the acrylic or the acetate, and that way I'll know I have to clean them. This is a 2020 stamp. I'm going to put that down here. Okay, that works. Because the background is still a little bit wet, these stamps are smearing a little bit more than they usually do, but that kind of adds to the kind of freestyle looking look that I'm going for here. This is the Stay Safe, and I'm trying to decide what's right side up and what's not. Hashtag Stay Safe. This is painful for you, I know, to be watching me do this, but the hashtag I know goes on the left, so I'm going to go with this. Yeah, that's good. Hashtag Stay Safe. Where do I want to put that? Right in the guest check area. Okay. Now, I've got some other stamps that I wanted to use kind of right up in here, and I'm going to use one from the latest Vicky Booten set, the Let's Wander, and it says photo op. Kind of put it right there, and I'll pull that one off and put it here. And I like the arrows and the stamp that says I was here. So I'm going to do the arrow kind of right up here. Okay, and there we go. Okay. I have some other stamps pulled out. This one, I liked the Escape the Ordinary, but I really don't think I need it here. I do like, however, this little circly bit. I can maybe lift this up and have it look like it's kind of coming out there. Okay, that's good. And let me do another one, maybe. Right up there. Okay. Oh no. Look what's happened up here. That's the problem with not cleaning the stamp block in between stampings. Okay, so that says I'm going to do an embellishment up here. Maybe we'll do the lemons and limes. I like that. Okay, so yep, that's there are no mistakes, just opportunities for embellishment. There's another stamp, a little tiny stamp that says the good stuff, and I couldn't pass that up. Let me get it on here. My big problem with doing layouts like this with lots of stamping is the disarray that the stamps are in when it's all over, and the joy of putting them all back together, especially when you're using really tiny, small stamps. Okay, I had these out. I think Travel is My Therapy is a good title, but I had thought maybe I'd use the story and maybe put it kind of right up there and have it bridging the circle. Not sure I want to do that. Famous Landmark. I wanted to use this sticker that says Famous Landmark because this, the giant flip-flop is a famous landmark in the world of Jimmy Buffett. Let me see if I can do this. And I'll put some glue on it. And I'll maybe put it right there. Okay, that works. It's not particularly obtrusive. Let's see, is there another one? I had thought this little multicolor tassel thingy might work inside here, and I'm trying to kill this sticker sheet. That's good. And there's this, can't wait to go back. It's chipboard. So I'm going to put some glue on it. And I thought I might do this. Kind of goes up over the colorful little birds, but you can see whole birds up there. There's Paradise Found, Best Ever Notes. I don't think I need any of those things, so I'll pause out. Was there anything here? Good things always fun. I can do without that. I don't think I'm going to use the story. I'm debating whether to use this. I think I'll go ahead and let it win the debate. I'll get it up here, and then when I draw my doodling, which is the last thing I'm going to do, well, actually, I'm going to put some foam behind the lemon and limes here. And I'll get those. Up here. Okay. That's not a terribly inappropriate symbol to use there. I've got this orange strip that I thought might be good to contrast with the blue, and it's just a little scrap from when I fussy cut this banner out of the blue. The orange was on the other side. So I'd slide it in under here and have it coming out at wonky angles to all of these other things, as though they just kind of fell there. And I don't mind that I got ink on the guest check thing there. So let me get my black pen. And this is a Signo Uniball, for those of you who are curious. Just gonna kind of doodle up to here, and then I'll take it from there up to here. And I'm crossing a little bit of the gesso there. That's still a little bit wet. I'm really happy with how the mixed media came out on Vicki Boutin's background. This is possibly the most I've ever obscured one of her backgrounds. I'm gonna start weaving around now and making a double kind of line. I love this. And the palm trees are very subtle, but you and I know they're there, right? Okay. Just the more that gets out of control, the better. I like it. Okay, this is awesome. I see one thing I'm going to fix. This didn't have adhesive all the way down, and it's kind of coming up, and that bothers me. So most things don't bother me, but for some reason right here, I kind of want that to look like it's really pasted on. Okay, I'm happy with the colors, just amazing colors. In the original, there's a wad of thread kind of right in there by the days of the week, and I've got some thread that's kind of that citron green, and I'm kind of tangling it up. This is more than I normally use, but I really want it to show. So I'm gonna put it kind of right here behind the glasses, and I'm gonna do some glue underneath the glasses and kind of press this in. I have a popsicle stick that can do that. I don't want any coming out over the glasses. Ooh, I got some ink on the ribbon there, and it seems to be transferring it. But I want it to come out over, to show over there. Okay, I like that. And my little pink ribbon, where did it go? Remember, I pulled out a little tiny pink ribbon. Did I drop it on the floor? Okay. It's just too perfect for right down in here. And I can't find it. So let me comb through my little ribbon supply here. That pink was just perfect. This is a different pink. I'm gonna keep looking, guys. Sorry about that. Not there, not there, not under the ink, not under these inks. Cover that up. That's the joys of scrapping like a crazy lady. Ah, there it is. It's on the floor. Okay, so I kind of want to let it appear to be coming out from under the photo cluster. So I'm gonna stick a tiny dot of glue there and push it under with my popsicle stick. Okay, and then let it kind of come out and do its own thing. It has its own bends and crooks because of being kind of stuffed in that bucket. So I'll glue it there, and I'll maybe glue it down right here. Okay, that doesn't hold it down tight. Okay, I think we're done. The only thing I might take off if I had it to do over again is this, but it's like it kind of signals a celebration, and I like that about it. Okay, there are no other stickers or ephemera that I think it needs, so I'm gonna call it done, and I'll see you tomorrow for my next pineapple papers, or off the board with pineapple papers video. And for tomorrow I'll be doing mixed media frenzy, so there'll be more of this kind of foolishness. And then every day this month I'm going to try to keep up with Crystal Barrett and do a video every day. So hope to see you there, and hope you enjoyed the video today. Here's a kind of close-up of some things. There you can see how the ribbon is kind of standing up, and it kind of looks like that pink color down here was driven by the fact that I had these orange and pink flip-flops. So thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye.